Currently, we have Miles to Fu 616 in the 23rd position, and they are currently 21st with a time of 2:17.136, 3.318 seconds off pole. On the other hand, Watermelon 77777 is leading the race from the start. That's the current update for this race. We just witnessed Watermelon 77777 from Team Navgum Kings lose first place to Hugged 03. Currently, MYST149 is in third place while 10K Manin 74 moves up to fifth place by passing Stiffs Machen Junge. Watermelon 77777 is currently in second place, followed by MYST149 in third position. Piking Joyer from Team Apex Marfier is currently in 7th position while V4L3NA from Team Is That a Podium is currently in 11th position. Currently MYST149 is in third position, 10K Manin 704 is in fifth position, Kevin is currently in the 9th position, and Watermelon 77777 is in second position. Stiffs Machen Junge is currently in 7th place, Watermelon 77777 is holding on to 2nd place and trying to catch up to Hugged 03 from Team Navgum Kings in 1st place. Sabine 27 from Team Blast is in 14th place and ahead of Zoline 03 in 15th place. That's the recap for now. We've got Hugged 03 hot on the tail of Watermelon 77777 for the top spot. Meanwhile, Sabine 27 from Team Blast made a successful pass and is now sitting in 13th. And Feds is pushing hard to catch up with Stiffs Machen Junge in 7th place. Currently Zoline 03 is in 14th position, with Vercap following closely behind in 15th. Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 is currently sitting in 11th position, with a best lap time of 2:29.617, 9.162 seconds off the fastest lap time. And V4L3NA from Team Is That a Podium is just behind in 12th position, with a best lap time of 2:29.208. Only 8.753 seconds off the fastest lap. That's where we stand at the moment. We have Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 in position 11, trailing behind Lacroix from Team Blast who is currently in 10th place. At the same time, 10K Manin 704 is putting up a good fight for the top positions, currently holding onto 5th place but closely following Okyoki 3 who is in 4th. Finally, Feds is in 8th position, with just a 0.2 second gap behind Stiffs Machen Junge who is in 7th. Stiefsmaechenjunge and Kevin battled for 8th position, with Stiefsmaechenjunge eventually passing Kevin. Meanwhile, Ianthe Krabby sits in 18th place. We've got Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 in 11th place, 0.5 behind Lacroix from Team Blast, who's in 10th. Kevin is in 9th right now, trailing by 0.4 to Stiefsmaechenjunge in 8th place. Ianthe Krabby is currently in 18th position, 0.3 behind Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports in 17th. And speaking of Joyman 00, they're 0.5 behind Smurf 20 from Team for 20, who's holding down the 16th spot. Currently Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 is in 11th place and is 0.5 seconds behind Lacroix from Team Blast in 10th position. V4L3NA from Team is that a podium is in 12th position and is 0.5 seconds behind Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 in 11th position. Deplorableeple is 32nd and is 0.4 seconds behind Big Hugs in 31st position. Currently Kevin is in position 8, followed closely by Stiefsmaechenjunge in position 9. John 073 is in position 23, with only a 0.4 second gap between him and Miles Defoe 616 in position 22. Meanwhile, Ianthe Krabby sits at position 18, with a 0.5 second gap behind Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports in position 17. And that's where we stand at the moment. Lacroix from Team Blast is currently in 10th position with a 0.3 second lead over Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 in 11th position. Stiefsmaechenjunge is in 9th position, trailing Kevin in the 8th position by 0.4 seconds. Okyoki 3 is currently in 4th position, following MYST1 for 9, who is in 3rd place by a 0.4 second margin. Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports is currently in 18th place, trailing behind Ianthe Krabby, who is in 17th. Stiefsmaechenjunge, driving a Mercedes-Benz, is currently holding the 10th position and is 0.3 seconds behind Lacroix from Team Blast, who is in 9th. Lastly, V4L3NA from Team is that a podium, holds the 12th position and is 0.4 seconds behind Sputnik NZ from Team for 20, who sits in 11th. Sogrenardapt is currently in 29th position, trailing Mayakogso in 28th. Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 is in 11th place with a best lap time of 2:16.185, 2.107 seconds off of the fastest lap time. Amin-san from Team Nafgum Kings is in 19th place and is 0.4 seconds behind Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports in 18th place. Feds is currently in 7th place, lagging behind Pikin Joyer from Team Apex Mafia in 6th place by just 0.4 seconds. Not bad for our R-driven racing simulator, so. Here are the current positions and gaps on the racetrack. 10K Manin 704 is in position 5, trailing Okyoki 3 by 0.4 seconds. Pikin Joyer from Team Apex Marfier is in position 7, 0.1 second behind Feds in position 6. Stiftsmaidchenjunge is in 11th place, 0.1 second behind Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 in position 10. Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 was 0.9 seconds faster on the last lap. Pikin Joyer from Team Apex Marfier is still in 7th place, now 0.4 seconds behind FCKTHEF. Kevin is currently in 8th place and trailing behind Pikin Joyer from Team Apex Marfier, who is in 7th. V4L3NA from Team is that a podium is sitting in 13th place, but ahead of Vercap, who is in 14th. Stiftsmaidchenjunge is trailing behind Sabine 27 from Team Blast, who was significantly faster last lap. Finally, Sogrenardapt is behind Mai Kokso in position 29. Jump073 is currently in 22nd position, trailing behind Punished Weasel, who is in 21st. We also saw Kevin move up to 7th position after passing Pikin Joyer from Team Apex Marfier. Right now, Pikin Joyer from Team Apex Marfier is in 8th position, just 0.3 seconds behind Kevin. Pikin Joyer from Team Apex Marfier is currently in 8th position driving a Mercedes-Benz, trailing behind Kevin in 7th place. Meanwhile, Zolin03 is in 15th place but made up ground, now 0.3 seconds behind V4L3NA from Team is that a podium in 14th place. And finally, Zolin03 is leading Smurf20 from Team for 20 by 0.2 seconds in 16th place. Pikin Joyer from Team Apex Marfier is currently in the 8th position and is trailing behind Kevin in position 7 by 0.4 seconds. On the other hand, V4L3NA from Team is that a podium is currently in the 14th position, just 0.5 seconds behind Vercap in position 13. There has also been an exchange between Zolin03 and V4L3NA from Team is that a podium for the 14th position. Lastly, Sogrenardapt is currently in the 30th position and is trailing behind Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports in position 29 by 0.3 seconds. Silver Gaming from Team. Pikin Joyer from Team Apex Marfier is currently in 8th place, closely behind Kevin in 7th. Stiftsmaidchenjunge is currently in 12th place, trailing behind Sabine 27 from Team Blast in 11th. Milestafu616 is in 23rd place and just half a second behind Punished Weasel in position 22. 10K Manine 704 is doing pretty well in 5th place but following closely behind Okyoki 3 in 4th. And finally, we have Deplorably Bull in 31st place, with a best lap time of 2 minutes, 20.187 seconds and currently sitting 6.320 seconds off the fastest lap. We have 10K Manine 704 and Okyoki 3 battling it out for positions 4 and 5. Zolin03 is currently sitting in 15th place while Amin-san from Team Nafgum Kings is trying to catch up to Joyman00 from Team Luna Motorsports in position 18. V4L3NA from Team is that a podium is not far behind either, currently in 15th place. Jump 073 is currently in 21st place, closely following due to Smoke a Blunt from Team for 20 in 20th place. Lastly, Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports is in 29th place, trying to catch up to Mayako Xoin. Here's a quick recap of what's happening in the racing simulator. Amin-san from Team Nafgum Kings is currently in 19th position, trailing behind Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports in 18th place by 0.5 seconds. 10K Manin 704 is doing well in 5th position, just 0.4 seconds behind Okyoki 3 in 4th place. Stifsmade Shinjunj is currently in 12th position, trailing behind Sabine 27 from Team Blast in 11th place by 0.5 seconds. V4L3NA from Team Is That a Podium is in 15th position, trailing Zoline 03 in 14th place by. Thank you so much for following the channel, Comradine Chams. I really appreciate your support and hope you enjoy watching these AI cars race. Let's have some fun together. We have Watermelon 77777 and Hubbed 03 both entering the pits, with Hubbed 03 currently in 2nd place. The current positions are 10K Manin 704 in 5th, Kevin in 11th and Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 in 5th place as well. Currently Rokogaming V from Team Apex Marfier is in position 23, while Punished Weasel is in position 17, just ahead of Miles Defu 616 in position 18. We also had Watermelon 77777 and Hubbed 03 exiting the pits in positions 21 and 24 respectively, while MYST149 also exited the pits in position 27. We just saw 10K Manin 704 exit the pits and is currently in position 31, while Kevin also just exited the pits and is in position 32. Meanwhile, Stifsmade Shinjunj is currently in 7th place, driving a Mercedes-Benz, and is just 0.3 seconds behind Sabine 27 from Team Blast in position 6. As for Iamp the Krabby, they are currently in position 12 and trailing Smurf 20 from Team for 20 by just 0.4 seconds. Rokogaming V from Team Apex Marfier is currently in 23rd position, trailing behind Wafflecuptert from Team Is That a Podium in position 22. Amin-san from Team Nafgum Kings is in 14th position, following closely behind Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports in position 13. Stifsmade Shinjunj is currently leading in 8th position, maintaining a 0.3 second lead over Zoline 03 in position 9. Amin-san from Team Nafgum Kings is in 14th place, just 0.4 behind Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports in position 13. Meanwhile, Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 is holding strong in 5th place, but only 0.5 behind Lacroix from Team Blast in position 4. It seems like these drivers are really fighting it out on the track today. $10K Manin 70 for said, Amy, can you fire my pit crew? Har har har. As an AI, I can't fire pit crews, but I'm sure they are doing their best. Is there anything else I can help you with? Stifsmade Shinjunj is currently in 8th place, trailing Vacap, who is in 7th position by a mere 0.4 seconds. Meanwhile, Iantha Krabi follows closely behind Smurf 20 from Team for 20, who currently holds the 11th position. In 5th place, we have Sputnik NZ from Team for 20, who is just 0.4 seconds behind Lacroix from Team Blast, who is currently 4th. Finally, Stiftsmädchenjunge is still trailing Vercap, trying to catch up and make it to the top 7. The 4L3NA from Team is that a podium is currently in 10th position, 0.3 seconds behind Soline 03 in 9th. Stiftsmädchenjunge, driving a Mercedes-Benz, is in 8th position, 0.4 seconds behind Vercap in 7th. And Aminsan from Team Nafgum Kings is in 14th position, 0.5 seconds behind Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports in 13th. The 4L3NA's best lap time is 2:16.070, 2.311 seconds behind the fastest lap. Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports is ahead of Aminsan from Team Nafgum Kings, while Vercap is currently in 9th and entering the pits. Feds is in 5th position, with V4L3NA from Team is that a podium in 10th and also entering the pits. Trashboy from Team is that a podium is currently in 20th place and leading Watermelon 77777 in position 21, while Smurf 20 from Team for 20 is ahead of Judas Mocha-Blunt from Team for 20, with Judas Mocha-Blunt from Team for 20 making good progress on their last lap. That's a quick. Just to recap, we saw some drivers coming out of the pits including Vercap, V4L3NA, Aminsan, Smurf 20, and Miles Defu 616. And it looks like Trashboy from Is That a Podium Team is currently in 14th place. Exciting stuff. Right now we have Big Hugs in 26th place, with Trashboy from Team Is That a Podium currently in 14th, just 0.2 seconds behind Watermelon 77777 in position 13, who had a faster lap last time. Mayakokso is in position 20, trailing behind 10K Manine 704 in position 19 by 0.4 seconds. Finally, Jump 073 is just 0.3 seconds behind Iantha Krabi in position 8. That's where things stand currently. Feds is currently trailing behind Kevin, who had a significantly faster lap time. Lacroix from Team Blast is currently in 3rd position, with Sabine 27 from Team Blast close behind in 4th. Meanwhile, Zoline 03 and Judas Mocha-Blunt from Team for 20 are entering the pits, currently in 6th and 10th positions respectively. Finally, Jump 073 is currently sitting comfortably in 9th. That's where we stand right now. Vercap just passed Deplorably Pull for the 26th position, and Judas Mocha-Blunt from Team for 20 is currently holding the 14th position. Okyoki 3 is in the lead, while Kevin is currently in the 23rd position. Sogranadapt is in the 16th position but is closely trailing Mayakokso in the 15th position by half a second. Lastly, Zoline 03 just exited the pits and is currently in the 19th position. We just saw Jump 073 exiting the pits and currently holding position 28, followed closely by Amin from Team Nafgum Kings, who managed to pass for the position. On the other hand, due to smoke, Blunt from Team for 20 is exiting the pits in position 33. In the middle of the pack, Sogrenardapt in position 16 is hot on the heels of Myokokso, who is in position 15 with just a 0.3 second gap. And lastly, Watermelon 77777 in position 8 is trailing behind Peput in position 7 by just 0.4 seconds. Exciting things happening on the track. Watermelon 77777 is currently in 8th position while driving a Mitsubishi. They are only 0.5 seconds behind Peput in 7th place. Sogrenardapt, on the other hand, is currently sitting in 16th position and is 0.4 seconds ahead of Keving in 17th place. Speaking of Keving, they are driving a Mitsubishi as well and are very close to overtaking Sogrenardapt, sitting just 0.1 seconds behind them. That's the current situation on the track. Watermelon 77777 is trailing Peput in position 7 by 0.4 seconds, but made up some ground with a faster lap time. Sogrenardapt is closely following Myokokso in position 16, while Feds is just ahead of Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 in positions 19 and 20 respectively. Deplorableeple has entered the pits from position 25, while Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports is trying to catch up to Feds in position 18. Currently on the track we have Watermelon 77777 in 8th place, trailing behind Peput in 7th. Trashboy from Team Is That a Podium is in 10th place, just behind Hugged03 from Team Nafgum Kings, who was much faster last lap. Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports is in 20th place, chasing after Sputnik NZ from Team for 20, who was the faster driver last lap. And finally, we have Watermelon 77777 in 8th place again, still trying to catch up to Peput. Okyoki3 is leading and currently in position 1. Deplorableeple just exited the pits and is in position 35. Watermelon 77777 is in position 8 and only 0.3 seconds behind Peput in position 7. Feds is in position 18, but Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 was 1.0 second faster last lap and overtook them. Joyman00 from Team Lunar Motorsports is currently 4th. Peput is in position 9, just half a second ahead of Trashboy from Team Is That a Podium in position 10. Okyoki3 has just exited the pits and is now in position 5. Meanwhile, Wafflecuptert from Team Is That a Podium has entered the pits and is currently holding onto position 14. Rokhogaming V from Team Apex Mafia is currently in the 9th position and is trailing by just 0.4 behind 10K Manine 704 in position 8. Lastly, Myokokso is entering the pits and is currently in the 18th position. Punished Weasel just exited the pits in position 25, while Peput is also leaving the pits in position 30. Joyman00 from Team Lunar Motorsports is currently in 19th place and trailing Lacroix from Team Blast in 18th position. Feds is in 12th place and closely behind Sputnik NZ from Team for 20, who is in 11th, while Wafflecuptert from Team Is That a Podium has just left the pits in position 32. Lastly, Joyman 00 is currently in 20th place and trailing Amin San from Team Nafgum Kings in 19th position. We just saw several drivers exiting the pits and rejoining the race in different positions. There is a tight battle for 15th place between Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports and V4L3NA from Team Is That a Podium. Meanwhile, the Cap is trying to catch up to Zotin 03 in 13th place. And at the back of the pack, John 073 is trying to make up ground on Iantha Krabby in 22nd position. Sabine 27 from Team Blast is in 16th position, with Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports trailing just 0.4 seconds behind in 17th place. Feds is in 12th place, with a negligible gap of 0.4 seconds behind Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 in 11th. Meanwhile, John 073 is currently in 23rd place, slightly ahead of Smurf 20 from Team for 20 in 24th. Okyoki 3 is currently in 6th position and is trailing Trashboy from Team Is That a Podium by a narrow margin of 0.1 seconds. Meanwhile, Amin San from Team Nafgum Kings is currently in 19th position and is behind Lacroix from Team Blast by 0.4 seconds. Moreover, Big Hugs is in 24th position and is lagging behind Smurf 20 from Team for 20 in 23rd position, with the latter being 4.3 seconds faster in the last lap. Feds is currently chasing after Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 in position 11, while Amin San from Team Nafgum Kings is not far behind Lacroix from Team Blast in position 18. Meanwhile, we have Okyoki 3 and Trashboy from Team Is That a Podium battling it out for position 5 and 6, with only 0.4 seconds separating them. It's important to remember that anything can happen in these races, and the AI drivers are always pushing their limits. Watermelon 77777 is currently in 3rd position and has entered the pits, while Hoped 03 from Team Nafgum Kings is in 4th position and Cat TV is in 28th position, just 1.3 behind Punished Weasel. Also, 10K Manine 704 has entered the pits and is currently in 8th position. Currently, 10K Manine 704 is in 8th place, while the Cap is just half a second behind Saline 03 in position 7. Kevin is holding on to the 11th position with a 0.2 second lead over Feds in 12th. Gamer is at 29th position but managed to have a faster lap than Peput, who's currently in 30th. That's the recap for now. We've got some drivers exiting the pits right now. MYST149 is in position 22, 10K Manine 704 just exited the pits and is in position 23. Hugged 03 from Nafgum Kings and Rock Kogaming V from Apex Mafia are also coming out of the pits in positions 25 and 26 respectively. And finally, Kevin RPB is exiting the pits in position 28. there have been some position changes in the last few moments of the race. 10K Manine 704 lost their position to Pepot, while Vercap is currently holding on to position 8. Meanwhile, Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports is just exiting the pits and is now in position 30. Iantha Krabby is currently 16th and is 0.4 seconds behind Smurf 20 from Team for 20 in the 15th position. Additionally, Big Hugs is exiting the pits in position 32, and V4L3NA from Team Is That a Podium is in 9th place, trailing Vercap by just 0.5 seconds. Pepot is in 24th place, just behind 10K Manine 704 in 23rd. Billingamer has just exited the pits and is now in 35th place. B15 Centra is currently in 27th place, closely trailing Rockogaming V from Team Apex Marfier, who is in 26th place. Feds is in 6th place and is trailing behind Sputnik NZ from Team for 20, who is in 5th place. Finally, Hugged03 from Team Navgum Kings is in 25th place, following Pepot in 24th place. We have Hugged03 from Team Navgum Kings currently in position 24, following closely behind Pepot in position 23. Meanwhile, Smurf 20 from Team for 20 is holding steady in 15th position with a best lap time of 2:15.937. Cat TV just entered the pits while 10K Manine 704 in a Mitsubishi is currently in 22nd position, trailing MYST1 for 9 who's in 21st position. Lastly, we see that Pepot had a whopping 66.2 faster lap time than Hugged03 during the last lap. Hey there Raidmump, thank you so much for following the channel. I really appreciate it. Glad to have you here and hope you will enjoy tonight's stream. We are watching some exciting races today with our powered cars on the tracks, and it's been quite a ride so far. Sit back, relax, and let's root for our favorite vehicles. Silver Gaming is ahead of MyCoxo in positions 29 and 30 respectively by 4.7 seconds. Watermelon 77777 is currently in 17th position, trailing Iantha Krabby by only 0.2 seconds. Cat TV and B15 Centra have just left the pits in positions 34 and 35 respectively. Hugged03 from Team Navgum Kings is trailing Pepot by 0.5 seconds as they race in positions 24 and 23. And finally, Piking Joyer from Team Apex Marfier is currently in an impressive 3rd position. Stiftsmädchenjunch just exited the pits and is now in the 4th position. Amin San from Team Navgum Kings is currently in 12th position, 0.2 behind Lacroix from Team Blast who is in 11th. Zoline03 is in 7th position, 0.3 behind Feds who is in 6th. Vercap is in 8th position, 0.5 behind Feds who is in 7th position, and Vercap was 1.0 faster than Feds on the last lap. Lastly, Feds lost the 7th position to Vercap. Stiftsmädchenjunch just lost 6th place to Vercap and is currently battling for 7th position. Meanwhile, V4L3NA from Team Is That a Podium is in 9th place, closely following Feds in 8th. Amin San from Team Navgum Kings is in 11th place, trailing Sabine 27 from Team Blast who's currently in 10th. Feds is trailing Stiffs Machen Junge by 0.3 seconds in position 8, while Watermelon 77777 is 0.5 seconds behind Iamtha Krabi in position 17. Additionally, Trashboy from Team Is That a Podium is currently in the pits and in second position. That's where things stand right now. Vercap is in 6th place, trailing behind Zolin 03 in 5th by half a second. Feds has moved up to 7th, overtaking Stiffs Machen Junge by a margin of 0.2 seconds. Additionally, Feds was 52.7 seconds faster than the previous lap. Finally, current position for Lacroix from Team Blast is 12th. Lacroix from Team Blast has dropped down to 11th place. Stiffs Machen Junge is leading in 7th position with a gap of 0.4 seconds ahead of V4L3NA from Team Is That a Podium in 8th place. However, V4L3NA from Team Is That a Podium had a faster lap time by 55.7 seconds. Trashboy has exited the pits and is now positioned at 20th place. Lacroix from Team Blast is currently in 11th position and is trailing Sabine 27 from the same team by 0.4 seconds. Meanwhile, Watermelon 77777 is currently in 15th position and is 0.3 seconds behind Jean 073 in 14th place. Lacroix was faster than Sabine 27 by 0.9 seconds in the last lap. That's the current update. Trashboy is currently in 22nd place, trailing behind 10K Manine 704 by half a second. 10K Manine 704 did better last lap with a 7.1 second lead. V4L3NA is in 8th place, just half a second behind Stiffs Machen Junge, who is in position 7. V4L3NA also had a faster lap time of 55.7 seconds compared to the previous one. Watermelon 77777 is in 15th place, just 0.4 seconds behind Jean 073, who is in 14th place. Meanwhile, Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 is in 3rd place and is 1.3 seconds ahead of V4L3NA from Team Is That a Podium entered the pits in position 8, currently sitting in that spot. Smurf 20 from Team for 20 also entered the pits in position 15 and is currently holding that spot. Lacroix from Team Blast is in position 6, just behind Sabine 27 from Team Blast in position 5. Lastly, Watermelon 77777 is currently in position 9, trailing behind Jump 073 in position 8. We've got V4L3NA from Team Is That a Podium, Feds, Aminsan from Team Nafgum Kings, and Smurf 20 from Team for 20 all exiting the pits and joining the race in positions 22 to 27. Meanwhile, Watermelon 77777 is currently in position 9, and Wafflecuptert from Team Is That a Podium is hot on V4L3NA's heels in position 23, having made a significant gain of 2.8 faster last lap. That's the current situation on the track. Watermelon 77777 is currently in 9th place with a 0.3 second gap behind Jump 073 who is in 8th place. On the other hand, Feds is at 25th position with a 0.4 second advantage over Amin San from Team Navgum Kings in 26th position. Lacroix from Team Blast is currently in 6th place and is trailing Sabine 27 from Team Blast in 5th place by just 0.4 seconds. Just an update on Watermelon 77777, they continue to hold their ground at 9th position with a 0.3 second gap between them and Jump 073 in 8th place. We just saw Miles Defoe 616 enter the pits and currently sits in 12th position. Meanwhile, MYST 129 is close behind in 13th position, trailing Punished Weasel in 12th place by only 0.2 seconds. Lacroix from Team Blast is doing well in 6th position with a best lap time of 2:15.963, just over 2 seconds off the fastest lap time. Lastly, Watermelon 77777 driving a Mitsubishi is in 9th position, still chasing after Jump 073 in 8th place. That's the current situation on the track. Hey there F1 of Darkateru Brat, thank you so much for following the channel. It really means a lot to me and helps me keep doing what I love. Let's enjoy watching these AI cars race together. MYST 149 is currently in 13th position, just edging out 10K Manine 704 who is in 14th. Watermelon 77777 is currently in 9th position and trying to catch up to Jump 073 in 8th place. Also, MYST 149 is trailing behind Punished Weasel in 12th place. Lacroix from Team Blast is currently in 6th position and is trying to catch up to Sabine 27 from Team Blast in 5th. And finally, Zolin 03 is entering the pits in 3rd position. We just saw Jump 073 and Judas Mocha Blunt enter the pits, currently in positions 10 and 11 respectively. Lacroix from Team Blast is holding onto 8th place. Rokhogaming V from Team Apex Mafia is currently in 21st position, with V4L3NA from Team Is That a Podium just behind in 22nd position. Watermelon 77777 is currently driving a Mitsubishi and holding onto 6th position, with Iantha Krabby just ahead in 5th position. Lacroix from Team Blast just exited the pits and is now in position 21, while Jump 073 also just left the pits and is now in position 24. Meanwhile, Punished Weasel lost their position in 8th place to MYST 149. On the other hand, Sabine 27 from Team Blast is currently positioned at 18th, and Judas Mocha Blunt from Team for 20 just left the pits and is now in position 27. We have Feds in position 19, trailing Sabine 27 from Team Blast by 0.2 seconds, but managed to make up 2.6 seconds on the previous lap. Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 is currently in the 15th position, trying to catch up to Zolin 03 in position 14 by a difference of 0.4 seconds. Wafflecuptert from Team Is That a Podium is currently in position 21 with a best lap time of 2:18.446 and is 4.687 seconds behind the fastest lap time. And finally, we have Wafflecuptert from Team Is That a Podium, who lost position 21 to a Amin San from Team Nafgum Kings is currently in the 21st position with a best lap of 2:15.548, while Watermelon 77777 has entered the pits and is currently in 5th place. Kevin is currently 12th, and 10K Manine 704 has also entered the pits and now holds the 7th position. Finally, Hugged03 from Team Nafgum Kings has entered the pits as well and is currently in 10th place. Iamtha Krabi is currently in 5th position with a best lap of 2:16.261, just 2.502 seconds off the fastest lap. Kevin is sitting in 14th place, while Deplorableeple is in 31st position, trailing behind Mayako Xo in 30th place by 2.0 seconds. Meanwhile, Watermelon 77777 is currently in 15th place and just completed a pit stop, finding themselves ahead of Amin San from Team Nafgum Kings, who is in 16th position. Amin San from Team Nafgum Kings is currently sitting in the 15th position, while Hugged03 and Kevin are exiting the pits in positions 27 and 31, respectively. Amin San was able to pass Rakunga Mingvi from Team Apex Mafia for the 14th position, while Vercap is currently holding onto the 11th place. V4L3NA from Team Is That a Podium is not too far behind, trailing behind Rakunga Mingvi by 0.4 seconds in the 16th position. Currently Vercap is in 11th position and is trailing behind Zolin03 in 10th position by 0.5 seconds. In the previous lap, Vercap was faster than Zolin03 by 51.8 seconds. Amin San from Team Nafgum Kings is currently in 14th position. Lastly, Smurf20 from Team for 20 is in 21st position and is 0.4 seconds behind Jump073 in 20th position. Right now we have Vercap and Zolin03 battling it out for the 10th position, with Vercap trailing behind by only 0.3 seconds. Meanwhile, Watermelon 77777 is chasing after V4L3NA from Team Is That a Podium for 16th place, and Amin San from Team Nafgum Kings is not too far behind Sabine27 from Team Blast for 13th place. And V4L3NA from Team Is That a Podium is currently in 17th place, just 0.1 seconds behind Watermelon 77777. Watermelon 77777 is currently in position 15, having overtaken Rakoga Mingvi from Team Apex Mafia. Amin San from Team Nafgum Kings is currently in 14th position. NYST149 is in 25th position and trailing behind 10K Manine 704. Finally, Vercap is driving a Nissan and is in position 11, chasing after Zolin03 in 10th position. Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 is currently in 9th place, trailing behind Peput in position 8 by 0.4 seconds. Vercap is currently in the 11th position, 0.3 seconds behind Zolin03 in position 10, but was able to increase his speed by 0.5 seconds on the last lap. Amin San from Team Nafgum Kings is in 14th place, with Sabine27 from Team Blast leading 0.5 seconds ahead in 13th place. Finally, Smurf20 from Team for 20 is placed in 21st, trailing behind Jump073 by 0.4 seconds in 20th position. We have Vercap in 11th position and trailing Zolin 03 by 0.5. Deplorably Bull just exited the pits in 35th position, and Amin San from Team Nafgum Kings is in 14th place, with a faster lap than Sabine 27 from Team Blast, who is currently in 13th. Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 is in 9th place, but Peput is just ahead in 8th place. Lastly, Smurf 20 from Team for 20 is in 21st place, and behind Jump 073 in 20th position by 0.5. Vercap is currently in position 11 with a best lap time of 2:15.195, 1 point for 3/6 off the fastest lap. John 073 is ahead of Smurf 20 from Team for 20 by 0.3 seconds in positions 20 and 21 respectively. Speaking of Smurf 20, they are currently 0.4 seconds behind John 073. Vercap is driving a Nissan and chasing after Zolin 03 in position 10. And lastly, Okyoki 3 continues to lead the pack. Wafflecuptert from Team is that a podium is ahead of Jump 073, who was faster last lap. Amin San from Team Nafgum Kings is behind Sabine 27 from Team Blast in position 13. MYST 149 is currently behind Sogrenardapt in position 23. Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports is currently in position 4. Sabine 27 from Team Blast and Diantha Krabby are both entering the pits at their current positions. Punished Weasel just entered the pits and is currently in 6th position, while Sabine 27 from Team Blast just exited the pits and is also in 6th position. Zolin 03 has moved from 10th to 8th position, with a 0.7 second lead over Vercap, who is in 11th place. Lastly, Peput is currently in 12th position. We have Iantha Krabby currently in 12th position. Wafflecuptert from Team is that a podium entered the pits in 20th and is now back on track. Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports is in 15th, and both Iantha Krabby and Joyman 00 just exited the pits. Finally, Rockogaming V from Team Apex Marfier is in 14th place. Punished Weasel just exited the pits and is now in 20th position. Vercap is currently in 7th place, trailing behind Zolin 03 in 6th. Meanwhile, Peput leaves the pits and is back in 26th position. Watermelon 77777 is in 10th place and gaining on Amin San from Team Nafgum Kings in 9th position, with a 2.5 second faster lap time. Finally, Vercap is still in 7th position, only 0.4 seconds behind Zolin 03. We have Wafflecuptert exiting the pits in position 28, Smurf 20 from Team for 20 in position 17, Sogrenardapt also leaving the pits and currently sitting in position 29. Vercap is trailing behind Zolin 03 in position 6 by 0.5, while Mayako is exiting the pits in position 32. Lastly, Watermelon 77777 is in 10th place, with Aminsam from Team Nafgum Kings ahead by half a second in position 9. Vercap is currently in 7th place, while Watermelon 77777 is in 10th position driving a Mitsubishi, and is only 0.3 seconds behind Amin San from Team Nafgum Kings, who is in 9th place. Meanwhile, MYST149 is currently in 19th place, driving a Mitsubishi, and is just 0.4 seconds behind 10K 704, who is in 18th position. Additionally, Watermelon 77777 is only 0.5 seconds behind Amin San from Team Navgum Kings in 9th place. That's where we stand at the moment. Tenkaemanin 704 is currently in 18th position, closely behind Joyman 00 from Team Luna Motorsports, who's in position 17. Watermelon 77777 is doing well in 10th position and is only 0.4 seconds behind Amin San from Team Navgum Kings in 9th position. Vercap is currently in 7th place and trailing Zolin 03 in position 6 by only 0.3 seconds. Navgum Kings Haupt 03 is in 19th place, but pulling slightly ahead of MYST149 in 20th position. Iantha Krabi is currently in 13th place, with a gap of 0.4 seconds behind Lacroix from Team Blast in 12th place. Meanwhile, Tenkaemanin 704 is currently in 17th place, also with a 0.4 second gap behind Smurf 20 from Team for 20 in 16th place. In 19th place, we have MYST149, who is trailing behind Joyman 00 from Team Luna Motorsports in 18th place by 0.5 seconds. Finally, Haupt 03 from Team Navgum Kings is in 20th place, behind MYST149 in 19th by 0.4 second gap. Tenkaemanin 704 is trailing Smurf 20 from Team for 20 by 0.3 seconds in position 16. Meanwhile, Haupt 03 from Team Navgum Kings is trying to catch up to Joyman 00 from Team Luna Motorsports in position 19, being only 0.4 seconds behind. Vercap is in position 7, 0.5 seconds behind Solin 03, who is in position 6. Lastly, Haupt 03 had an impressive run last lap, which was 2.7 seconds faster than MYST149, who is currently in position 19. Watermelon 77777 is currently driving a Mitsubishi, and in 10th position, trailing Amin San from Team Navgum Kings in 9th by 0.5 seconds. Vercap is driving a Nissan in 7th position, closely behind Solin 03 in 6th. Jump 073 is in 15th place, just behind Rokogamin V from Team Apex Mafia in position 14, but was able to make up 1.0 second compared to the previous lap. Lastly, MYST149 is currently in 19th position, with a 0.4 second lead against Haupt 03 from Team Navgum Kings in 20th. Iantha Krabi is currently trailing Lacroix from Team Blast by 0.5 seconds in position 13, while MYST149 is 0.4 seconds behind Joyman 00 from Team Luna Motorsports in position 19. Meanwhile, Vercap is in position 7 and 0.4 seconds behind Solin 03 in position 6. Currently, Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 is in 4th place. That's a quick recap for now. Feds is currently in position 8 driving a Nissan, and has a 2.1 second lead over Watermelon 77777 in position 9. Amin-san from Team Navgum Kings and V4L3NA from Team Is That a Podium both entered the pits while V4L3NA is currently in 11th place. Iamtha Krabi is holding strong in 8th place. Lastly, 10Kmanin 704 is in position 11 and trailing behind Rokogaming V from Team Apex Marfier by just 0.1 seconds. Feds just exited the pits and is currently in position 24. Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports was able to pass Vacap to take away position 21, but later lost it back to Vacap. Amin-san from Team Navgum Kings and V4L3NA from Team Is That a Podium also just exited the pits and are now in positions 25th and 26th, respectively. Finally, Iamtha Krabi is currently in position 8. Kmanin 704 is driving a Mitsubishi and currently sits in 10th position, just 0.4 seconds behind Jump 073 in 9th place. They were able to shave 2 seconds off their lap time from the previous lap. We also have Hoped 03 from Team Navgum Kings currently in 15th position, 0.4 seconds behind Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports in 14th place. Finally, we have B15 Centra in 34th place, 0.1 seconds behind Deplorableeple in 33rd place, with Deplorableeple having a faster lap time on the last lap. We saw a few drivers head into the pits including Watermelon 77777 in position 6, 10Kmanin 704 in position 10, and MYST149 in position 14. Punished Weasel is currently in 17th place, just 0.9 seconds ahead of Milestorfu 616 in 18th place. We also saw Hoped 03 from Team Navgum Kings and Smurf 20 from Team for 20 make their way into the pits. We just saw Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports enter the pits in position 23, while B15 Centra passed Deplorableeple for 33rd. Milestorfu 616 is currently 12th, and Watermelon 77777 has just exited the pits in position 17. Meanwhile, Iamtha Krabi is currently in position 7, 0.4 seconds behind Lacroix from Team Blast in position 6. Lastly, Big Hugs entered the pits in position 27. Those are the latest updates from the race. Kevin and MYST149 are exiting the pits in positions 25 and 26 respectively. Zolin03 is currently in 5th place, while Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports is in position 28 after exiting the pits. Milestorfu 616 is sitting at 12th place with a best lap time of 2:17.041, just 3.282 seconds behind the fastest lap time. Meanwhile, Trushboy from Team Is That a Podium is closely trailing Zolin03 in 4th place, just 0.2 seconds behind. We've just seen some action with a few cars exiting the pits and some position changes among the competitors. Team 420 Sputnik NZ is currently in 12th position with Milestorfu 616 hot on their heels. Also, we have Billingamer and B15 Centra exiting the pits in the 34th position. And with that, we'll continue to follow the high-speed action on the track. Piking Joyer from Team Apex Marfier is currently leading the race, while Hugged03 from Team Nafgum Kings is trailing behind in 21st position, but made up some time last lap. Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 is currently in 12th place, just behind Punished Weasel in 11th place. That's the current status of the race so far. Milestafu 616 just exited the pits and is now in position 23. Hugged03 from Team Nafgum Kings passed Rockogaming V from Team Apex Marfier for 20th place. Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 is currently in 12th place. Kevin is trailing behind MYST1 for 9 in position 25 but was able to catch up last lap with a speed advantage of 10.3. Those are the latest updates on the racing cars driven by artificial intelligence. We have Zoline03 just entering the pits in 4th place currently, and dropped down to 5th. Meanwhile, Vercap is trailing behind in 12th place, but just 1.4 seconds behind Punished Weasel in 11th place. Over at Team Blast, Lacroix is currently in 7th place and has just entered the pits while remaining in that spot. Judas Smoker Blunt from Team for 20 just entered the pits and is currently in position 10. Meanwhile, Big Hugs is in position 33 with a best lap time of 2:19.631, which is 5.872 off the fastest lap. And Zoline03 just exited the pits and is in position 11. Smurf20 from Team for 20 is trailing behind Milestafu 616 in position 22 by 0.2 seconds, while Lacroix from Team Blast is currently in position 16 and just left the pits. Zoline03 is trying to catch up to Watermelon 77777 in position 12, with a difference of only 0.2 seconds between them. And finally, Judas Smoker Blunt from Team for 20 just exited the pits and is now in position 19. Vercap is currently in the 9th position and was 9.3 seconds faster on the last lap. Punished Weasel is currently in 8th and only 0.4 seconds ahead of Vercap. 10K Manine 704 is in 17th place and trailing Lacroix from Team Blast by 0.3 seconds, while Cat TV is entering the pits in 30th place. Those are the current facts on the race so far. We have Vercap in 9th position, trailing just behind Punished Weasel in 8th. Meanwhile, 10K Manine 704 is currently in 17th place but managed to make up some ground, with a faster lap time compared to Lacroix from Team Blast who's in 16th position. We also saw John073 entering the pits while he was in 7th place. John073 is currently in 7th position, driving a Mercedes-Benz. Meanwhile, Vercap is currently in 9th position, 0.2 seconds behind Punished Weasel in 8th position. Lacroix from Team Blast is currently in 17th position, 0.2 seconds behind 10K Manine 704 who is in 16th position. Lastly, Cat TV just exited the pits and is now in 34th position. Piking Joyer from Team Apex Marfier is currently leading the race, followed by Stivs Machenjunj who just made a pit stop and is in position 2. Meanwhile, Okyoki 3 is holding onto 3rd place. The Cap is trying to catch up to Punished Weasel in position 7, while Jump 073 just left the pits in position 17. Finally, Amin-san from Team Nafgum Kings is in position 13, closely following Zoline 03 in position 12. The Cap is currently in the 8th position and is trailing behind Punished Weasel in position 7. Due to Smoke a Blunt from Team 420 is currently in 20th place, chasing after Rob Kogaming V from Team Apex Marfier in the 19th position. Pikeen Joyer from Team Apex Marfier has just exited the pits and is in 2nd place, while Stiffs Machen Junge is steadily holding onto the 3rd position. Lastly, Amin-san from Team Nafgum Kings is currently in 13th place and is following closely behind Zoline 03 in the 12th position. We have Watermelon 77777 currently in 10th place, with Hubbed 03 from Team Nafgum Kings not far behind in 17th position. Smurf 20 from Team 420 is also a bit further behind in 20th place. And we just saw Watermelon 77777 make a move and gain some ground on Peput in position 9. All in all, it's still anyone's game. Amin-san from Team Nafgum Kings is in 13th place and trailing behind Zoline 03 in 12th, while Smurf 20 from Team 420 is currently in 20th. Smurf 20 is driving a Nissan and is 0.5 seconds behind Wafflecuptert from Team is that a podium in position 19. Meanwhile, Kevin is currently in 22nd place, half a second behind Miles Defu 616 in 21st. Amin-san from Team Nafgum Kings is trailing behind Zoline 03 in position 12 by 0.4, while Feds is currently positioned 11 and is just 0.5 seconds behind Peput in position 10. Meanwhile, Smurf 20 from Team 420 is currently placed 20th with the best lap timing of 2:15.881, which is 2.122 seconds off the fastest lap. Amin-san from Team Nafgum Kings has a best lap timing of 2:15.352, which is 1.593 seconds off the fastest lap. Wafflecuptert from Team is that a podium is driving a Porsche and currently in position 20, trailing behind Smurf 20 from Team 420 who is in position 19. Meanwhile, the Cap is driving a Nissan and is in position 8, with a gap of 0.4 behind Punished Weasel in position 7. Amin-san from Team Nafgum Kings is currently in 13th place, with a gap of 0.5 behind Zoline 03 in position 12. Lastly, the Cap is in 8th position, with a gap of 0.3 behind Punished Weasel in position 7. Zolin 03 is in 12th place with a 0.4-second lead over Amin-san from Team Nafgum Kings in position 13, while Milestafu 616 is in position 21, just 0.5 seconds behind Wafflekupchert from Team Assetto Podium in position 20. Verkap is currently in 8th place, trailing by only 0.3 seconds behind Punished Weasel in position 7. Finally, Zolin 03 is holding onto their 12th place position with a 0.4-second lead over Amin-san from Team Nafgum Kings, and Milestafu 616 is just 0.2 seconds behind Waffleco. We just saw Trashboy from Team Assetto Podium enter the pits in 4th position, with Rokogaming from Team Apex Mafia currently sitting in 25th position, and Verkap in 8th, and just 0.2 seconds behind Punished Weasel in 7th. Zolin 03 is holding onto 13th place, and 0.2 seconds behind Amin-san from Team Nafgum Kings in 12th. Lastly, Sabine 27 from Team Blast has just exited the pits in 31st position. We have Verkap in 7th place currently trailing Punished Weasel by 0.4 seconds in 6th position. We also have Trashboy from Team Assetto Podium coming out of the pits in 10th place, Deplorableeple exiting the pits in 32nd place, and Peppa currently in 11th position. And finally, Kevin is in 21st place, just 0.3 seconds behind Wafflekupchert from Team Assetto Podium in 20th position. Verkap is currently in 7th place, trailing Punished Weasel by just 0.3 seconds. At the same time, we have Sogrenardapt in position 27, just 0.4 seconds behind MYST149 in 26th place. Additionally, Kevin is in 21st place, and was 0.2 seconds behind Wafflekupchert from Team Assetto Podium in 20th place, but managed to close some of the gap with a lap that was 0.6 seconds faster. We just saw Kevin and Wafflekupchert battling it out for the 20th position, with Kevin briefly passing but ultimately losing the spot to Wafflekupchert. Zolin 03 is currently in 13th place, while Kevin is in 21st position, just ahead of Milestafu 616. Finally, Verkap is in 7th place, trailing behind Punished Weasel in 6th. Kevin is ahead of Milestafu 616, with a lead of 0.5 seconds. Verkap is trailing behind Punished Weasel by 0.3 seconds in the 7th and 6th positions, respectively. Watermelon 77777 has entered the pit and has dropped from the 8th position to 9th, currently driving a Mitsubishi. They are only ahead of Amin-san from Team Nafgum Kings by 0.1 seconds. We have 10K Manin 70 for holding position 15, while Jump 073, who was originally in position 18 driving a Mercedes-Benz, has just moved up to position 15. The front runner, Okyoki 3, is still dominating the race in position 1. Meanwhile, Kevin is entering the pits from his current position of 21. Rokogaming from Team Apex Mafia has moved down one position to 25th, while Watermelon 77777 is now in 17th after exiting the pits. Meanwhile, Verkap is trying to close in on Punished Weasel in 6th place, and V4L3NA from Team Assetto Podium is currently 12th and trailing Zolin 03 in 11th place by 0.3 seconds. Lastly, 10K Manin 704 has just exited the pits and is now in 24th position. Right now we have Iantha Krabi in 4th place. Kevin just exited the pits and is in position 28. Joyman 00 from Team Luna Motorsports is entering the pits while currently in position 5. Judas Smoker Blunt from Team for 20 is sitting at position 21. MYST1 for 9 just left the pits and is in position 30. And Joyman 00 is still holding steady in 5th place. We just witnessed several racers entering the pits at different positions. Vercap was in 7th when they entered, followed by Amin San from Team Nafgum Kings in 9th and Peput in 10th. Meanwhile, Feds was in 8th position and Amin San from Team Nafgum Kings had a faster lap time. V4L3NA from Team is that a podium also entered the pits while currently in 13th position. Lastly, Peput is now in 12th place. Joyman 00 from Team Lunar Motorsports just left the pits and is now in position 9. Punished Weasel entered and exited the pits, moving up to position 11. Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 is currently entering the pits in position 19. Vercap also exited the pits and is now in position 12. Lastly, Amin San from Team Nafgum Kings is currently in position 16. Team is that a podium just came out of the pits in position 17, while Peput also exited the pits but in position 20. Punished Weasel moved up to position 11 and is currently battling Miles Tofu 616 who is at position 12. Meanwhile, Vercap is at position 13. That's what's happening on the track so far. Vercap just overtook Miles Tofu 616 and is now in 12th position, while Miles Tofu 616 is still holding onto 13th position with a small lead over Watermelon 77777 in 14th. Punished Weasel is currently ahead of Vercap in 11th position. And it looks like Sogrenardapt is back on the track after exiting the pits in 27th position. That's all for now. Wafflecopter just exited the pits in position 29, while Vercap is currently sitting in position 12. Big Hugs is driving a Mitsubishi and is trailing closely behind MYST1 for 9 in position 25. Mike Oakso just left the pits and is now in position 31. Finally, Watermelon 77777 is in position 14 and is trailing Miles Tofu 616 in position 13 by 0.3 seconds. Amin San from Team Nafgum Kings is currently in 16th position and trailing Feds in 15th by only 0.4 seconds. Meanwhile, Watermelon 77777 has moved up to 14th place and is hot on the heels of Miles Tofu 616 who is in 13th place. Smurf 20 from Team for 20 has just entered the pits while holding onto 10th position. And finally, Maya Kokso is currently in 31st place. We have Vercap in position 11, trailing behind Punished Weasel in position 10 by 0.5 seconds. Watermelon 77777 is just behind Vercap in position 12, but did manage to be 51.5 seconds faster last lap. Amin San from Team Nafgum Kings is currently in 15th place, 0.3 behind Feds in position 14. And finally, we have Smurf 20 from Team for 20, who just exited the pits and is currently in position 23. We have Watermelon 77777 driving a Mitsubishi in position 11, currently battling with Vercap, who is in position 12. Watermelon 77777 is 0.2 seconds ahead of Vercap at the moment. Meanwhile, Watermelon 77777 is 0.5 seconds behind Punished Weasel, who is in position 10. That's where we stand right now. Feds is currently in 14th position, trailing behind Miles Defoe 616 in 13th. Watermelon 77777 is in 11th position, just 0.3 seconds behind Punished Weasel in 10th. Feds is also ahead of Amin-san from Team Nafgum Kings in 15th position by 0.3 seconds. And lastly, Watermelon 77777 managed to shave off 51.7 seconds on their last lap. That's all for now. Currently, Feds is in 14th place and 0.2 seconds behind Miles Defoe 616 in position 13. Watermelon 77777 is in 11th place, trailing 0.4 seconds behind Punished Weasel in the 10th position. However, on the last lap, Watermelon 77777 managed to lap 0.8 seconds faster than the previous lap. Amin-san from Team Nafgum Kings is in 15th place, trailing 0.5 seconds behind Miles Defoe 616 in 14th place. Additionally, Watermelon 77777 is still trailing Punished Weasel in 10th place by 0.3 seconds. We just saw a couple of drivers making their moves to catch up to the ones ahead of them. Amin-san from Team Nafgum Kings is currently in 15th position, but was able to close the gap on Miles Defoe 616, who is in 14th position. Vercap from another team is also trying to catch up to Watermelon 77777, who is currently in 11th position. Meanwhile, 10K Manin 704 is behind Rokogaming V from Team Apex Mafia, who is in 18th position but was able to make up some ground in the last lap. Finally, we saw Watermelon 77777 closing in on Punished Weasel, who is in 10th position. Watermelon 77777 is currently in 11th position and trailing by 0.4 seconds behind Punished Weasel, who's in 10th. Feds has the 13th position with a best lap of 2:15.475, which is 1.716 seconds off the fastest lap. Iamtha Krabby is currently in 8th position, following Jump 073 in the 7th position by just 0.5 seconds. Lastly, Miles Defoe 616 is currently in 15th and entering the pits. As of now, Iamtha Krabby is in 8th place and is only 0.4 seconds behind Jump 073, who holds 7th place. Meanwhile, Watermelon 77777 is in 11th place, trailing Punished Weasel by only 0.2 seconds in the 10th position. Feds is in 13th place and is 0.4 seconds behind Vercap, who holds 12th place. And that's where we stand currently. We have Vercap in 12th position, just 0.4 seconds behind Watermelon 77777, who is in 11th. Miles Defoe 616 just exited the pits in 25th place. We also have Zotlin 03 performing well in 4th position. It's all still to play for in this race. Lacroix from Team Blast is currently 6th. Meanwhile, Watermelon 77777 and Punished Weasel are battling it out for the 10th and 11th positions, with Watermelon 77777 currently in the lead. We just saw Zolene 03 entering and exiting the pits, while currently at position 13. Meanwhile, Watermelon 77777 is trailing behind in position 10, with a faster lap time last round. And due to Smoke a Blunt from Team for 20 just made a pit stop, currently sitting at position 16. Lastly, Vercap is currently occupying position 10. That's it for now. Let's see how the rest of the race plays out. We have Feds in position 11, closely trailed by Vercap in position 10. Lacroix from Team Blast just exited the pits and is in position 19. Meanwhile, Amin-san from Team Navgum Kings is driving a Nissan and currently sitting in position 12, less than half a second behind Feds. Currently, Kevin is in 22nd position and is 0.5 seconds behind Smurf 20 from Team for 20 who is in 21st position. Meanwhile, due to Smoke a Blunt from Team for 20 has just exited the pits and is now in 24th position. On the other hand, Vercap is in 10th position. Kevin has recorded his best lap time at 2:14.938, which is 1.179 seconds off the fastest lap. Amin-san from Team Navgum Kings is currently in 12th position and is 0.5 seconds behind Feds in 11th position. Meanwhile, Iantha Krabby has moved up to 5th position and John 073 is holding onto the 7th position. We have Deplorably Bull in 32nd position, Vercap in 9th place with a gap of 0.3 seconds behind Punished Weasel in 8th. Meanwhile, Amin-san from Team Navgum Kings is in 11th place, trailing Feds in 10th place with a gap of 0.4 seconds. John 073 just exited the pits and is now in position 18. Amin-san from Team Navgum Kings is currently chasing Feds in position 10, sitting in position 11 and only 0.3 seconds behind. Hugged 03 from the same team is also in a close battle with Peput for position 16, trailing by only 0.1 seconds. Finally, Vercap is currently in position 9, but is closely chasing Punished Weasel in position 8, with a gap of only 0.4 seconds. Right now in the simulator, we can see V4L3NA from Team is that a podium trailing behind 10K Manine 704 in position 13 by half a second. Vercap is currently sitting at 9th place, while Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports is lagging behind Smurf 20 from Team for 20 in position 20 by 0.4 seconds. Finally, we have Vercap at position 9 currently chasing after Punished Weasel who is in position 8. Feds is now in 10th place, having just overtaken Punished Weasel. Meanwhile, Vercap is chasing after Punished Weasel in 8th place. Watermelon 77777 has entered the pits and is currently in 7th place. $10K Manine 704 and Cat TV have both entered the pits with $10K Manine 704 currently in position 14. Meanwhile, Peput is trailing Rockogaming V from Team Apex Mafia by 0.5 seconds in position 16, while the latter is also entering the pits. That's all for now. Hugged03 from Team Nafgum Kings just entered the pits while in position 19, and 10K Manine 704 currently holds position 14. Meanwhile, Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports also just entered the pits while in position 23. Sabine 27 from Team Blast started out in 28th position and remains there. We just saw Big Hugs enter the pits while currently in 27th position. Meanwhile, Feds is holding strong in 9th place. We also witnessed Watermelon 77777 and 10K Manine 704 exit the pits in 19th and 21st positions respectively, and Rockogaming V of Team Apex Mafia came out in 22nd place. It's anyone's race at this point. V4L3NA from Team Is That a Podium is currently 12th and is 1.2 seconds behind Punished Weasel in position 11. Hugged03 from Team Nafgum Kings, MYST149, and Kevin have all exited the pits and are in positions 26, 27, and 28 respectively. And finally, Silver Gaming from Team Lunar Motorsports has also exited the pits and is in position 29. Fed said, Amy, what position did I start in this race? I'm sorry, you didn't join this race. Feel free to join a race next time and see where you start on the starting grid. Joyman00 from Team Lunar Motorsports is currently in 6th position, 1.4 seconds behind Ianth Krabby who is in 5th. Big Hugs just exited the pits in 31st position, and Deplorableeple is just 0.2 seconds behind in 32nd position after overtaking Big Hugs. Ballingamer is currently in the pits in 33rd position. Joyman00's best lap time so far is 2:15.687, which is 1.928 seconds off the fastest lap time. V4L3NA from Team Is That a Podium is currently in the 12th position, trailing behind Punished Weasel in 11th position by 0.5 seconds. Meanwhile, Sabine 27 from Team Blast is currently in the 24th position, also 0.5 seconds behind Sogrenardapt in 23rd position. We also see Ballingamer exiting the pits in 33rd position. And finally, Sogrenardapt is currently in the 24th position, just 0.4 seconds behind Sabine 27 from Team Blast in 23rd position. We currently have V4L3NA from Team Is That a Podium and Punished Weasel racing for the 11th position, with a difference of only 0.2 seconds between them. Meanwhile, B15 Centra is entering the pits in the 34th position. On the other hand, Sputnik NZ from Team for 20 is currently in the 19th position, trying to catch up to Judas Blunt from Team for 20 in the 18th position, after being 1.9 seconds faster on the last lap. We just saw a really exciting race with some great performances from the AI drivers. Peking Joyer from Team Apex Mafia finished in first place, and Stiefsmädchenjunge took second. Punished Weasel and V4L3NA from Team Is That a Podium finished 11th and 12th respectively. Pepot and Lacroix from Team Blast finished 13th and 14th. It was an intense race, and the AI drivers really pushed themselves to the limits. Akvartisivan said, "Hello. Hello there, Akvartisivan. How are you doing today? Are you enjoying watching the racing cars driven by AI in this simulator?" Thanks Akvartisivan for following the channel. It's great to have you here, and I hope you're enjoying the action-packed racing simulator that we're watching today. Let's have some fun and cheer on our favorite AI drivers. In the recent race we just witnessed, we saw Rokogamingvi of Team Apex Mafia finish in position 22, followed closely by Sogranardapt in position 23. Hugged03 from Team Navgum Kings took position 24, with Wafflecuptert from Team Is That a Podium finishing in position 25. Bringing up the rear, we saw NYST149 in position 26 and Kevin in position 27. That's the recap for the recent race, folks.